on this planet, Fender is a huge corporation. So when musicians, reviewers, and customers begin to feel uncomfortable simply being associated with your product, you have a much bigger problem than a few bad headlines. The question is whether that damage is temporary or whether something fundamental has changed. Can Fender come back from this? I think it can.
The better question is whether their reputation has been damaged at all, actually. You've all seen it happen with FIDE, you've all seen it happen with FIFA. They will always make the most controversial decisions in the world just to stir up drama. And drama is like, sadly, drama sells. And the fact that they just intentionally make these wrong decisions just to stir up drama on a regular basis, like that's literally what they do. And you've all seen it with the FIFA World Cup. Like, you've all seen like the referees making like really rigged, like they're really rigging the matches, and you can clearly see them rigging the matches like intentionally. Like you've all seen it with Spain. They've been getting away with murder. Like they've been faking fouls. They've been pulling shirts and causing all sorts of drama, and they've been getting away with murder. And I know for a fact that as a fan of the French squad, I know I was affected like the most. And like, yeah, Fender is already Fender is already big enough to be like one of those monopolies that basically have impunity over everything that has been going on. Like you've seen this happen with FIDE as well. They make all the most controversial decisions. I can name one off the top of my head. There was supposed to be a children's Olympiad, I think, over in Peru, but it got pulled just because it got pulled and migrated to some other country just because they just like that other country. Like, Peru did not do anything to deserve to. I can name like a whole slew of things that Peru is doing wrong, but like Peru didn't do anything to deserve their events getting like yanked from FIDE just out of nowhere. They make these controversial decisions just because they just want to stir up drama. And it is proven time and time again that they will get away with murder when it comes to drama. And like, and I'm saying this as not only a chess player, not only somebody who works in sports, but also as a metal guitarist. Like I've seen Mary Spender, this YouTuber, for like her videos for like several years, but like when did she start? Let's have a look. When did she start doing? Okay, 2006. Okay, so she has been making a lot of videos for years. Okay, fine.
Audiences.
But like, okay, she has been making a ton of videos since like 2006. Okay, fine. So she has more experience that. But like, I've been playing guitar since 2005. I've been playing guitar since 2005. I've been recording guitar since like 2012. Like, my band has been at this for like 10 years. Like my two metal bands have been at this for like 10 years. We're not really new to YouTube either, you know, like, and like to see that like so we know the history, and we know all these patterns that have been going on, and we know like exactly what these guys have been up to. And yeah, it's really bleak. Like, we're all cynical because we have to be. Like, you cannot ever hope to think realistically without being a complete cynic. It's a package deal. So So it's obvious that, like, we all know for a fact that governing bodies and courts have always acted against the interests of the public. We all know that. We all know they will intentionally make the worst decisions possible, not only just to shaft us, but also just cause more drama. Because again, drama sells. They continue to get away with murder, and they've proven time and time again that they will continue to get away with murder. And this is why everyone's so frustrated, because, like, you know for a fact that those who deserve to be held accountable will never be held accountable. The means to hold them accountable just isn't there. They will continue to get away with murder because the system just enables it. The means to hold them accountable, the means to sue them, the means to launch like counter complaints against them, like, the means are just not there. They're just immune. So we're seeing this happen again and again. We've seen it happen with FIFA. We've seen it happen with FIDE. Judging just by what we've seen so far in history, like, this is going to really sound like a hot take, but once enough time passes, you'll discover that I'm not insane at all. I have a very strong hunch that when all these other companies try to face Fender in these lawsuits, I have a very strong hunch that the courts will rule in Fender's favor. I'm not even joking. They will probably rule in Fender's favor. They will enforce this monopoly onto them because that's where the money is, and we've all seen it happen time and time again. Courts and governing bodies will always act against the interests of the people. We've seen it happen with FIDE tons of times. We've seen it happen with FIFA a ton of times. Like, those matches were rigged thanks to the referees making the most biased calls possible, and not only that, they've blown like several calls. You've seen it happen with NBA too. You've seen it happen with NBA too. You've seen it happen with MLB as well. Like, it's straight up obvious. They will always make sure to act against the interests of the public. And they will prove time and time again that they'll get away with murder. And yeah, people have not forgotten of all the corrupt things that FIFA and all these companies and governing bodies have done over the years. They will never forget those things. But but guess what? The world still goes on as if nothing happened. It just keeps going like that. Because the means to hold them accountable just isn't there. There will always be corrupt sponsors that still give them a ton of money to operate. And because all of the good guys have pulled out, but then all of the bad guys are still giving them a ton of money to operate, they'll still continue to operate, and now they'll only serve the bad guys. And that's how it works. And yeah, to summarize, like they will continue to get away with murder. And likewise for Fender, like, lots of people are saying, oh, Fender is going to take a huge reputational damage. No, they're not. No. They're just going to operate just fine. Because the means to hold them accountable just isn't there. And they'll still continue to get away with murder. They'll still continue to sell guitars like hotcakes. And they already have a virtual monopoly. It's not as big of a monopoly as like everywhere else. Let's say compared to like MLB, Rogers, FIDE, FIFA, like those guys are like big monopolies. Like they literally control like everything. But like They literally control everything, and the cases with them are even worse. Like they will continue to ruin the sport they claim to protect. They will continue to ruin the sport they claim to protect, and because the means to hold them accountable isn't there, even with all the public backlash in the world, it's not gonna. They're still gonna operate just fine. And by the end of the day, everything will just progress as if nothing ever happened, and then the whole thing is going to be like. Most people are going to forget about it in a couple of days, and the events will just continue as normal. And like, again, the means to hold them accountable just isn't there. It's a monopoly. Like, it's the worst thing that could happen to any planet. It's a monopoly. And monopolies get away with murder when it comes to everything. They just the means to hold them accountable just isn't that. Just look at this, for crying out loud. Oh my gosh. This is a preview of the write-up that I'm going to. This is a preview of a write-up that I'm going to file to FIDE. We already know this is not going to go anywhere because we already know this is not going to go anywhere. We already know it. But anyway, the lectures in question, because I already tweeted about it. By the way, x.com/wintermp. But anyway, I already made a complaint about it on Twitter. Like there were two lecturers that have been doing all of the arbiter seminars in all of Canada, so they basically have a monopoly over the whole system. And yeah, like they broke a ton of protocols, and I even have video evidence to prove it. And look at all these articles they've breached. Article 6.2, Article 6.3, Article 6.8, Article 6.9 D and E, Article 4.1.1.1G, Article 6.17A, Article 6.25, Article 6.10, Article 6.15. And we have Article 4.1.1.3, Article 6.10 again, Article 6.15 again. We have again Article 6.10, Article 6.25, Articles 4.1.1.3. Article 6.2, Article 6.3, Article 6.10, Article 6.1. Article 6.16a, Article 4.13, because CFC just, we already escalated this to CFC to no avail. Like CFC are just more interested in protecting the elite and just maintaining the monopoly and the status quo. This is why we're escalating this to FIDE, by the way. Yeah, and we know for a fact that it's still gonna go nowhere because they any reasonable being look at documents like these, they will take action and they will hold people accountable, but FIDE is not rational. FIDE is not rational. They're more just hell bent on just maintaining the monopoly. They're more about the politics than they are about actual fairness of the sport. And we've seen it time and time again. The only one time FIDE has actually acted in the interest of the people was when they put sanctions against Kramnik just because somebody died because of his actions. And unless it gets that bad, you will never see FIDE act in the interest of the people. They will always act against the interests of the people, and they will go out of their way to shaft as many people as possible and just maintain this monopoly and what have you. You know this to be true. So to say that Fender has taken a reputational hit, no, they haven't. No, they haven't. They'll still continue to sell guitars like hotcakes, and the means to hold them accountable just isn't there. And it's pretty much a guarantee that they're going to win those lawsuits. They're going to win those lawsuits. Why? Courts are never rational. They will always act against the interests of the people. So they're bound to let Fender just get away with murder. We've seen it happen time and time again, and this is no exception. They'll just continue to get away with murder.